Yes guys, Tate from Arsenal Active, back here with another video. Today I'm previewing the up-and-coming North London derby, the biggest game of the season so far, and the biggest game of most seasons. Obviously it's against the shite from down the lane, so we're going to have to wait and see what happens, but this is a massive, massive one. So like I say guys, North London derby at the Emirates taking place this Saturday, 12:30 kick-off, and it's massive. Obviously in the table we currently are in 6th place, level on points with Burnley and Liverpool, and sitting 4 points behind Spurs, I believe, who are actually in 4th place. And obviously there's all this jibber-jabber about Spurs in the last few years. They're hyped up by the media, have a very good English spine. But yeah, like I say, the media love them, the pundits love them, and you have to say they have been doing well in the last few seasons. However, when people talk about there's a power shift, it just makes me laugh, to be honest. How could there be a power shift when in the last 4 years they have won 0 trophies and we've won 3? As well as that, they've finished above us once in the last 22 seasons, so it's not like there's a massive change in what's going on there. Yes, they finished above us last season and got in Champions League, which we didn't, but we know that's just a blip. And although they have got good squads and have been better, well, are better now than they were a few seasons back, there is no such thing as a power shift in North London. We are still the biggest club in London, let alone North London. So it does annoy me when people say that. And yes, Spurs beat Real Madrid 3-0 last week in the Champions League, and fair play to them. But Liverpool beat Real Madrid 4-0 in 2011 at Anfield, and what have they done since? So I don't think you can really say there's a power shift. We've got a bigger club, bigger history, won more trophies in the last years, more trophies of all time. We've won the Premier League at their own ground, at White Hart Lane. We won a title there which they never achieved in their history. So it does annoy me when people say there's this power shift. We all know we're the bigger club. However, this one I think we do need to win. If we look at our last few games, obviously last time out that 3-1 loss to Man City, and that was a very annoying game. The third goal in particular, the offside goal, which should have been offside, but we stopped play, called the offside, and obviously that came back to bite us. So it was a bit of an annoying one, but I didn't actually think the performance was too bad. But something that did annoy me was not starting Lacazette. It frustrated me, especially when Sanchez hasn't been the same Sanchez which we saw last season. He just doesn't really seem to have that fight in him at the moment, but maybe that will happen on Saturday. And what a game to be pumped up for. And before that, we'd actually been going on an alright run, winning our last few games in the Premier League and actually building the table. But that knocked us back a bit, so this is massive. Obviously, our recent history against Spurs isn't actually the greatest. Our last 3 games at the Emirates have all finished 1-1. And then away from home, we've normally lost. We haven't actually beaten them in the last 6 Premier League North London derbies, although we did beat them in the League Cup a couple of seasons ago at White Hart Lane. So I'd love to beat them here, and I actually think we will beat them here. I'd love to just smack them. I haven't been in so long when we've really destroyed them. And obviously it's massive for us fans, but it's massive to get a result and just keep in touch with the top 4, because that's realistically what we're aiming for this season. So it's not going to be a great season for us, even if we do get the top 4. But the title's long gone, especially with Man City dominating the league, and you have to say it looks like the title will be going to them. So top 4, that is what we're hoping for, that's what we're aiming for anyway. And this result will really cement our place in fighting for the top 4 anyway. And I think if we do beat them here, pundits might step back and look at the bigger picture, not just the ideology that they view Spurs in, because that really does annoy me and a lot of Arsenal fans, because we all know we are the bigger club, like I've already touched upon, and they haven't won a trophy since 2008, and even that was a League Cup, which they're out of this season. So it's not that they're killing it, winning trophies year in, year out. All they do remind me of is the Arsenal 2008, a very good team, you have to say, when we had Adebayor, Fabregas and Nasri, all forming to the best of their abilities, but we didn't win those trophies, and what happened? Those players left. And I feel like Spurs, that might happen. Harry Kane, Dele Alli, Christian Eriksen, are they all going to stay around for another 4 or 5 years when they're not winning trophies? I highly doubt it. I see a lot of their main players leaving at the end of this season. So I can't wait. I actually predict their downfall, because I do think that will happen, because I don't think a trophy will be going their way. So Spurs, mind the gap and remember to pipe down. So now I'm just going into my predicted lineup. Obviously I'll go checking goal. I think that's a given really. I'd like to see him save a penalty. That's what I'm worried about. Every penalty he's faced at Arsenal, 13 of them, he's conceded. only guessing the right way twice. So I do think he needs to look at that. But yeah, checking goal. Then 3 centre-back pairs. 3 centre-backs. So I'd go right centre-back, non-Koscielny. I think that's a given really. Been playing, but got back to his best. Was a tough game against City, but yeah, I think he's back to his best. Middle centre-back, bring back Mustafi. He's back. He's ready to go. Left centre-back, Nacho Monreal. Been playing quite well this season there. I need a strong game from him. Then right wing-back, Bellerin. Picked up massively in the last few weeks. Let's put that Man City performance aside. He's actually been doing quite well. Then in the middle of the park, Granit Xhaka starts there. It's a massive game from him. He needs to be very defensive-minded in a way and really shore up that back three. And that's what I want him to focus on. If not, bring in Jack Wilshere there. Then next to Granit Xhaka, I'd go Aaron Ramsey. Been playing brilliant this season. Picked up, especially of his torrid form last season. So yeah, I'll play him next to Granit Xhaka. Then left wing back, Sead Klasnic. Obviously free signing. Settled in well and he's sort of part of the first 11 now. Then right wing, I'll go Mesut Ozil. I don't think he had the worst game at Man City. He struggles when we don't have the ball, and we know his work rate isn't always the greatest. But it wasn't actually his worst performance. Then left wing, Alexis Sanchez. I want a big game from him. Hasn't really stepped up this season, and I think we need him to. If not, you can bring in Welbeck, because Welbeck was actually performing week in, week out before he got his injury, and he is back for this one. Then up top, start Lacazette. That is what I'm asking for. That's what we're all asking for. The likes of Mesut Ozil, Lacazette, and Alexis Sanchez, like we saw against Everton, was phenomenal. We haven't really seen that since, only once. Now it's at home to Swansea. So you have to start Lacazette. You paid 50 million for this guy. We've been crying out for a striker, and this is the game he has to play. He could win us this game, and I feel like he will. Now, going on my score prediction, obviously we're going to beat them. There's no question about it. It's bloody Spurs. That's what we'd all like to think. That's what we did think a few years ago. It's sad, well, we're all a bit more nervous now. But I do think we will win this one. I do think we'll get a 2-1 win with Lacazette and Ozil getting on the score sheet. Let me know what you guys think. Who will win this one? Who's your starting lineup? Obviously, I'll be going to the match to check out my matchday vlog. It's massive. I love the North London derby. We all love the North London derby. The best, or possibly the worst 90 minutes of the year. Gonna have to wait and see what happens when you start Lacazette. It's a big one. Come on, you Gunners.